Welcome to Cult Fiction. We're talking about lanterns today. This is an exciting episode. Also, just so you know, this is grown men talking about grown ass nerds talking about grown ass nerd things. And if you like what we like, you might also be a grown ass nerd.
Maybe.
We have a theme song coming. Wait till you guys hear it. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to be talking about lanterns today, and this is I'm going to kick it off because this is for me this is a really exciting episode. Before I get into my opinion of lanterns, I would like to get a clue from Eric. We're doing our movie trivia today, so Eric is going to kick it off. What do you got for us for a clue, sir?
Laboratory.
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 That's like a really
Yeah.
That's not a good clue.
So for those of you playing along at home, just in case,
Might as well be like open door.
It's
So-
like every movie.
for those of you playing along at home, we do trivia every week where we give out clues, 4 clues, preferably sometimes 5 if needed, which I needed last week. I think I needed 6 to guess just a random movie in our repertoire. Could be in yours as well. And if you can guess it off the first clue, then you get a prize of a thumbs up. If you can't, then
Alex
whatever.
guessed it off the first clue last week.
So
Which is
I'll say
bananas.
this. One of
Which
the
was bananas.
reasons that this is the first clue is because the next clues, and this always happens because
Right.
the movie.
Sure.
I feel like are going to give it away easier because I love this movie, so I know these things. So
Fair
we'll
enough.
see.
All right, I sent you a guess. So let
Oh,
me look.
Shit, I said it on the group chat. My mistake. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's all good.
just text it to me. Yeah.
So is
You
that
can't tell me if I got it
it's
right
not,
or wrong.
It's not, but it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. That was a variation of my guess.
Yes, it was.
So let me just say we talked about a movie back in 2024 on this very podcast. Back at I looked it up, September 13th of 2024. We talked about a movie called Rebel Ridge,
Mhm.
and it was directed by Jeremy Saulnier. Is that his name? Yeah. Who is he did The Green Room and he did Blue Ruin. He's a tremendous director. Low budget, but really good quality films. Also had Don Johnson in it. Rebel Ridge had Don Johnson, and starred Aaron Pierre, who is playing Jon Stewart in the Lanterns show. And all the way back then, so this is 2 years ago, we were like, this guy is amazing. So I have been waiting 2 years to see my man, Aaron Pierre, in something with substance, and I feel like this could be it. I am quite excited. I have to say, I'm quite excited about this. I am not super familiar with Green Lantern, so Eric might be able to tell you more about like the canonical elements of the story. I never read the comic growing up or anything like that. I saw some stuff about him, and I think I saw like the Ryan Reynolds movie at some point, but I was never really super familiar with the hero. But I really like the way how this show has a completely different feel to it than most superhero products that I've seen. Right? It's like a procedural. It's like a granular level investigation almost. I also like Kelly Macdonald, who plays the sheriff. She was in Downton Abbey. She did a really good job, and I've always liked her chops. Right? She's a Scottish actress, so I really like her.
There's also like a spirit in Harry Potter.
Right.
Wait, she's
Right.
Moaning Myrtle?
She's not Moaning Myrtle. She played, yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she played like the what is the Raven House?
Yeah, I
Raven?
forget.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
don't know, dork.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever, you're a dork.
No,
Fucking
nerd.
skip it.
So
Jesus.
my point, and then the guy who plays Hal Jordan, what's his name, is Kyle something.
Kyle
Yeah,
Chandler.
Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. I've always liked him. I've never really seen him take the lead on anything, but
Yeah.
I like the
We
way
watched him recently in The Rip.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's right. So I feel like this is a really different approach to a superhero story. I feel like there are a lot of really cool elements here, and I am quite excited to see where they're going with it. And I have to tell you, I could watch Aaron Pierre eat a bowl of cereal for an hour and be entertained. That dude, his presence is just amazing. I'm watching the beginning of the show and I'm thinking, man, he kind of should be the villain. Like he almost has this villain presence. You know what I mean? Where he's so intense and anyway, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I have not talked at all about this show with Alex yet, so I would very much like to hear what Alex has to say.
Can I just jump in real quick here and just say that when we did watch Rebel Ridge, Eric literally said this guy will be Jon Stewart.
He did. He called it. You can go back and watch the episode. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Eric called this.
Yep.
So
Makes
that's
sense.
Credit where
like
credit's due, bro. Like that's phenomenal.
my man Eric pointed to the bleachers
said-
in
I
2
said-
years in advance, and he's like called his shot, right? So that was pretty amazing. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he's perfect for it. Let's get another clue, and then we'll go to
Okay.
Alex.
Okay. Clue number 2: rules in a crisis situation.
Okay.
I think that might have been too good of a clue. So you went from the worst clue we've ever seen to let's see if I'm right.
Ding, 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 ding. Jewel got it.
Got it.
Hmm.
I'm with you. Great movie.
I can't like I know what movie I can see it in my head and I can't think of the fucking name, dude. It's killing me.
Okay, Alex, hit it.
So I mean, I'm gonna mirror a lot of what you said. I'm gonna get into a spoiler too, just full disclosure. So I was more than my brother. I was into comics as a kid, but even when I was reading comics, I was just kind of missed Green Lantern. So I kind of know a few things about him and the storyline and everything, but I'm really not familiar at all. So I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be angry about changes or something like that.
Right,
With
right.
the character in a sense. But yeah, I really do like how they've taken this sort of cosmic superpower and put them in a small town, and they're gonna. Well, it's one episode, so who knows how it's gonna go in like episodes 5 and 6. But I like the fact that they've grounded it down to like small town America with what could essentially be like a procedural show on Paramount.
Right.
Is it going to maintain that pace? We'll see. But I'm let's just say I'm very skeptical of like how murdered the character actually is.
Right.
Like again, going into spoilers, like at the very least, I'm thinking that the Kyle Chanlder AI is going to show up, to take care of all the contractual stipulations and appearances.
To make sure he's in all 8 episodes.
Right.
And because it can make a little certain amount of sense, because like he hasn't been uploaded for the last 10 years, so he can't be up to date on all the info, but he can still give him like teachings about being Green Lantern and everything, but he can't tell him what's currently happening, so he can still be in the dark. Blah, blah. So, but Aaron Pierre is like, we all like Aaron Pierre right from the start at Rebel Ridge. I mean, I'm sure something's going to happen. I was kind of underwhelmed by him in this episode simply because he's not given a lot to do. He's sort of in the background. That's by design, He's not at the forefront right now. It was Kyle Chanlder. And so, I like the fact that I don't quite know where the show is going to go. I don't think it's going to be I don't know if it's 8 episodes or 10 episodes, but I don't think it's
8, but
yeah, I don't think it's going to be just like a murder mystery, for 8 episodes. But there's
God,
going to be.
I really hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be at some point some Green Lanterning.
Exactly. They're not going to do that. There's clearly some cosmic stuff going on.
Obviously. So I'm kind of interested in where the balance of that is going to go. How much are they going to keep small town? How much are they going to keep? Because I don't see what a threat these guys are going to be. These guys and their guns, against anybody that's Green Lantern. The whole. What's his name? The guy that was training his militia and everything. Like
Macon,
right?
I think was his name. Yeah.
I don't see how that's going to be a threat, unless he's powerless, right? So, but we'll see. Like I said, it's only one episode, and it's kind of I don't know exactly what's going to happen, and I like the fact that I'm going into the next episode, and I don't really know where the next 4 or 5 episodes are going to go. I've always liked Kyle Chanlder, so it's really cool to see him playing a character that's kind of, rough and beat up. And so it's like I said, I'm not familiar with the comic. I'm assuming that this is kind of a different take on Hal Jordan. I don't know though.
Right.
So all in all, I'm intrigued, and it's a setup that I'm ready for the next point. I don't know where it's going to go, but I can see how maybe the last 4 episodes are going to lose my interest in a little bit once it starts being space battles or something like that. But we'll see. As of right now, I'm totally into it, and I want to see the next episode today if I could.
Right. I feel the same way.
Well, it's tomorrow, so
So hold on to your pants, dude.
Right. All right. Who's next, Alex?
okay.
Let's let Eric go last because I think he's going to bring it home for us. To be honest.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's get a clue then.
Clue. Tonight is your night, bro.
That's a great clue. So we got laboratory, rules of crisis situations, and tonight is your night, bro. I think Alex has got it.
I'm so far off, dude, with my last two guesses. I'm way in. I'm playing the wrong sport at this point. So that's fine. But anyway, yeah. So I'll jump in here.
Did you get
Fire
it?
Lanterns.
No, he hasn't sent it.
Did you send your guess?
Yeah, that's one.
Oh,
I'm going to send you something here.
You can get it.
oh, there it is. Nate just came in.
Hold
Yes,
on.
Alex got it.
This is a Hail Mary for me. I don't know.
No.
Literally a Hail Mary. Project
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
All right, Joe, hit it.
Whatever. So to think that we almost didn't get Aaron Pierre is crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about Rebel Ridge, that was supposed to be John Boyega.
Right.
And then whatever happened with John
That was
Boyega,
terrible.
do you know what? I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened?
It doesn't matter. John Boyega is terrible.
Oh, well,
In comparison to Aaron Pierre, stop it.
There's no
I mean,
comparison.
I'm not
There's no
arguing
comparison.
that fact. I'm just saying like John Boyega was on set, like they were already set to film, and then he just
Yeah.
bounced. And I
Yeah.
haven't dug deep into that to know why. I think it was a family.
He was probably being an asshole. I mean, like that.
I think it was.
He's decidedly turned into an asshole lately. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna be an asshole now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was a family emergency, but whatever it was, they.
Oh, then
they had
I'm an asshole.
to-
So
They
it's
had
one
to-
of the two.
they had to halt filming, and they brought in Aaron Pierre to do Rebel Ridge. And again, like to reiterate, Eric was like, "This guy's going to be fucking Jon Stewart," and that's amazing that we have him now because he's a phenomenal actor. We love seeing him on screen. He does like everything you want him to do as an action star, and as he's got chops too. He's got chops. What I don't understand, and hopefully Eric can get into this, is how we are going to see this is the DCEU with James Gunn at the helm. How we're going to go from Guy Gardner to Jon Stewart, and how this is all going to intertwine. Because I don't know how that works with the Lantern Corps. Obviously, forgetting about Ryan Reynolds and just kicking that to the curb. But all that aside, I enjoyed it. It was a slow build. It was a slow grind. I don't mind that for a first episode. It was kind of fun when Jon Stewart got the ring and Hal Jordan was like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, "Oh, bubble wrap." Because as we've learned, is like you can only create what you know. Like, how do you create something you don't know what it is?
Right.
Which has always been very complicated for me with the ring. So with the Ryan Reynolds one, I hate to rehash that, but he brings up all this dumb shit that we know as humans, and all the aliens are like, "That's basic, bro. That's super basic." But like, what do you do? Like, you don't know what you don't know. So I'm curious to see how his character grows and what he can do with the power that he has now. I'm curious to see how Hal Jordan's character kind of like nurses him along and helps him develop as a Lantern. But can we address the elephant in the room, please? Please. Fucking dad, you were up late watching TV, so I'm going to shoot you in the head.
No, he's gonna shoot the apple.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was dumb. I don't
okay.
get it. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it was to show that he didn't have fear and that his dad was essentially like prepping him to maybe be Green Lantern one day. But the thing is, I
Kept it
don't
on the phone
understand
with
why
him.
he thought
Yeah,
he could. do
Yeah,
that?
he was on the phone with his dad.
I
Right?
yeah,
it's
and I
like,
didn't
so
quite
I was like,
understand.
oh. So I'm not even sure how. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure that
I
whole
don't
dynamic
understand
will
why
be
his dad
destroyed.
thought like, "Oh, I can prepare you to be the next Green Lantern."
Right. And why
Like
he
that
was
seems like a
in trouble for watching TV. I don't understand
It's
that.
not
It's
even
like,
like it's not, but it's more like okay, it's just like let's just pretend this is happening in the real world, which I
right,
think we're
right,
supposed to suspend disbelief and pretend like this is happening in the real world. First off, we're expected to believe this is normal behavior, so all the kids are freaked out because they know they're going to get in trouble. Um, Regardless of the fact that there's not a bunch of bullet holes in the fucking garage door,
Well, there were.
right,
There were, yeah.
right,
which
There
there
was like
should be.
23 of them.
Oh, there were.
And
right,
they started lower, which means he's been
right.
doing it for a long
Oh,
time.
okay. Then I
Yeah.
admittedly missed that. But also, you're a military professional discharging your firearm
At your kid,
at your
Right.
kid,
That was weird.
Yeah,
like this. It made no fucking sense. We can just forget about it and move on. We
where
got the next episode tomorrow.
yeah,
Like
make it.
that's
Hopefully, they'll make it make sense at some point. Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
right,
I think they're going to they're setting it up for something, but
right.
it's a lot of setup.
It
Yeah.
is.
it,
It
it
is.
could be, maybe Aaron Pierre is going to find himself in a position where he has to face somebody where they're going to do something crazy like that, and he's going to be like, "I'll stand in front of your fucking bullet." I don't know.
Well, again, the whole thing is
Yeah.
that Green Lanterns don't experience fear per
Yeah,
se.
yeah.
And so that's why I was saying it's like he wasn't afraid to get it shot off his head. But again, why does his dad think that he could be the next Green Lantern? Like, what does he know about Green Lanterns to go, well, I'm going to start prepping you, kid,
Right.
because you're going to be the next one.
It's got to
like-
be that he knew how somehow.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Something like that. Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. And with that, I'll pass it on to Eric, but we need another clue because I'm lost.
Clue it
Okay.
up.
Clue: artist colony.
That is a subtle clue.
Yeah,
Artist
that's vague. That's
colony.
vague.
I don't know. I don't know,
Wow.
dude. I'm gonna.
Okay, then I'm going to give you the fifth one. Okay,
All right.
I'm the leftover crap.
I don't know what this movie is.
Maybe he's
I mean,
never seen it.
It's very possible you haven't seen
Okay,
it.
so I'm
It's
going to
like-
do it. I'm going to do number 2 again. Rules in a crisis situation.
Right. Tonight is your night, bro.
Your night, bro.
This is not.
It's your night, bro.
It's not True Lies, obviously.
No.
No.
Tonight is your night, bro.
It's your night, bro.
It's an Arnold movie. I don't know.
It is an Arnold movie. Yeah. Well, that's
about yakety yak, go talk back.
delicious cookies. I can't wait to toss them. No.
I don't know what this is.
What if it had Danny DeVito in it?
Is this Batman Forever?
No.
It's not.
No.
I hate you.
Twins.
It's Twins.
Oh fuck!
It's Twins.
Okay.
Twins was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito,
Twins.
it's a great one.
Maybe you've
I
never seen
saw Twins. I saw Twins one time the year it came out. So
Right. I feel you.
87, you know?
So yeah,
It holds
I think
up.
Artist Colony. That's like that's a rough one. Like if you don't know
Yeah,
exactly the
Arnold was a
movie.
bit like,
Whew.
I'm the big loser.
No, that's a hard one.
around.
If you only saw it once back in the 90s, then
Yeah, that's a tough
I'm
one.
the big
Then. Yeah.
loser on this one.
that's a lot of pull. You have to have a lot of pull. All right, so Eric is going to bring it home now for Lanterns. He's probably going to have a lot more technical stuff to talk
Okay,
about.
so what I would say is, as far as the Guy Gardner thing, they don't do a good job explaining it, but every sector has 2 Green Lanterns.
Really?
Yes,
All right.
and Earth for whatever reason has 3. So I don't know if they're going to do the 3 in the show. They might just do the 2, but every sector has 2. They did kind of make it seem like every sector had 1. And that was kind of weird, but whatever. So, yeah, I don't know if they're going to stick with that. Who knows? The one issue I had, and Jubal and I were kind of joking about this, was like, I didn't like the gilf, that he banged, because I was like,
Yeah.
that's Aaron Pierre.
Yeah.
You don't get that dick. Like
That's
you are
the-
not good
this-
looking enough.
Yeah.
This is not
To get
believable.
that.
Like, this is a story about aliens and shit,
And
and the
that's the
least
most
believable
unbelievable
thing was that he
Right.
was banging this chick, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're banging a grandma?
Mm-mm.
And no, that's the most unbelievable thing in this show about aliens.
I'm writing that down, by the way.
I
What
was like,
time is
no,
it?
you
No.
do not get that.
You don't get Aaron Pierre's
Yeah.
wang. Sorry, no, you
Yeah.
don't. But then like the logic is, it is a small town, so she might be the hottest lady in town. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
It could be. It's possible, I guess.
But it's Aaron
But it's
Pierre. He's
almost
going to get the
like,
hottest
hey,
lady.
when it's tossed at you, it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
got nothing better to do.
That's what Jubal
That's what I was
saying
trying to
too.
say.
He's like,
It's like-
minimum, no effort.
He's free,
Okay.
unattached. He doesn't have a wife or anything. Like, and some girls just like, would you like to have sex? And he's like, yup.
Yes, I would.
Yep.
Yes, I would.
Just like what
So-
I watch. I got okay.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes.
Laundry's gonna take about 45 minutes. I mean, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, but easily the least believable thing in the show. Let's be clear.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I'm apprehensive. I know who wrote this show, and it could easily go off the rails.
The guy who
Like,
wrote Lost, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then he
There's
also
there's a couple other people too, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
and he also did the Watchmen series for HBO.
Right.
I never did
So-
see them. So.
Yeah, so hot garbage. And so it's like it can easily go off into like militia, middle America people are bad, type of stuff, like real fast. And it's like that thing. It's like I don't like, why would I watch a show made by people who hate the people that they're talking about? It's like Hollywood hates middle America. And so I mean, this guy hates, he has beef with Tyler Sheridan, I think, because Tyler Sheridan writes those middle America people with like actually souls and stuff. And to the point where like the sheriff's office was even Sheridan County. Like he was taking a shot at Sheridan.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hope this show doesn't become political.
Yeah, I
Right.
I can
Like,
do
I got
without
it from
any
the
of that.
boys.
But
got
yeah,
enough
I
of
just
it from
don't
the
want this
boys.
to become an allegory for like illegal immigration and stuff like that.
Right.
It's like, can I
Yeah.
just have an alien show? Can I
Just
just
have a good show. Just have a
Green
good
Lantern
show.
show,
Right.
please?
Not everything has to have a huge moral lesson attached to it.
Right, and it's just like I just want to watch this kind of true detective, with space stuff. I'm signed up for that.
Well, let's see.
I'm
Let's
sold.
not let's not pan it until
Yeah.
that
So
stuff actually
that's
starts
just
to
the thing.
happen.
I'm
I haven't seen any of
apprehensive
that
because
yet.
I know who the writer is. So
Okay.
it's like, which oddly enough, we watched him on a panel with the
Comic-Con.
showrunner of
Widow's Bay.
Widow's Bay. He was sitting next to her. Her show is amazing, by the way. So maybe he should take notes from her. But
Well, let's watch more than one
We'll see.
episode. before
Yeah,
we
let's-
get there, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Let's
Let's
No,
give it a
but I
minute.
get it because, like, I mean, the first couple seasons of The Boys was phenomenal, and then it kind of lost the plot. And then if you watch the last season of The Boys, I can vibe with how The Boys ended, but if you watch the last season compared to the first season, they're like two different shows.
it's just so ham-fisted, and it's just like, okay, it gets in the way of like, weren't you trying to entertain me?
Right.
Weren't you actually
Right.
trying to tell a story? So anyway, do I think Hal is dead? Probably not.
Right.
I don't think so.
I think they're going to be dealing with shapeshifters. Obviously the alien that blew himself up is, doesn't look like that, right? He doesn't look like just some trucker, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, and they
So-
did a whole thing about how they can fool you, like there's no measurement. they
Right.
can
There's
take.
like 14
Like that.
alien species that can shapeshift. So, I'm interested to see like that last scene when he picks up his hand and sees he doesn't have the ring. Was that Aaron Pierre's character going? Was that Jon Stewart going, oh, okay, this isn't actually John? And we all think, oh, the ring's gone, right? But what he's thinking is like, oh, I just need to know this isn't
Hal.
actually Hal. Sorry,
Not
this
actually
isn't actually
Hal.
Hal.
It's like a shapeshifter, right?
It's like a
So-
shapeshifter. Like
probably
he
it
knows
did.
that, but the
Right.
audience doesn't. The audience is going, "Oh my God, the ring's gone," and he's like, "Oh, this isn't Hal."
Right.
because the ring would have came to him,
Mm-hmm.
right? It would have went off his finger and took off. So the fact that he doesn't have the ring,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't
but
wearing it
again,
either.
there's a
So
10-year difference, so we don't know what happened in
Mhm.
those 10 years, and so there's all kinds of stuff. So I am interested. I'm interested to see where it goes.
yeah, absolutely.
Trying to think if there was anything. I mean, the performances were fine. Kyle Chandler, fine. I mean, I personally would have liked a younger Hal, but this isn't a Hal vehicle. This is a Jon Stewart vehicle, which is good because I think people have been clamoring for that for a decade.
Yeah.
I
We've been
I
talking
kind of
about
liked how aged Hal Jordan was. He's
yeah,
like
and
he's ready to
it makes
retire.
sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense. If this is because we have to get past that this is not a Hal vehicle. This is Jon Stewart's story. This is not a Hal story.
Right.
And that's tough for people because most of the people who have, you know, who are watching the show have grown up as Hal is their Green Lantern,
Mhm.
a little bit of Kyle Rayner. And then towards into the 2000s, it was Jon Stewart, especially if you watch like maybe some of the Justice League Unlimited stuff, the
Sure.
cartoon and all that. But you have to get past that Hal's not the main character, John is. And that's good.
I'm fine with it because Aaron Pierre.
Right. And we've been, and Pete, I know you guys don't watch the Arrowverse, but they were kind of hinting at John from the Arrowverse in the Arrow show was going to be Green Lantern, and everybody was like, "I'm here for it. Give it to me. Give it to me," and they never gave it to him. And I think there was even a John Stewart Green Lantern that was deleted out of the Snyder movies. There was like a
Really?
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's a
So it's
shame.
like people have
It's
been waiting. So
Because
now
Aaron
they've got
Pierre
it.
wasn't there yet. So now that
Yeah,
he's
yeah. So
here,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So
thank
we're
you,
gonna be
John
good.
Boyega. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Nice.
It's
So
it's funny you bring up Kyle Rayner because I just saw a TikTok video of some like phenomenal D1 level college football player being a nerd and some like older uh college, not college, but just football commentator, and the player was like doing nerd stuff, and the guy was getting so mad at him. He's like, "Stop cosplaying a nerd. You're not a fucking nerd." And he
oh yeah, I
recited the
saw
Green
that too.
Lantern Oath. You saw it too? You're so
Saw it
good,
too.
dude. He recites the Green Lantern Oath, and then he
Right,
talks about Kyle Rayner being his favorite Green Lantern, who
right.
Kyle Rayner has never been portrayed anywhere other than the comics. Wasn't on
Yeah.
a cartoon. He wasn't anywhere else. No movies, none of that stuff. And so everybody in the comments was like, I think he's a nerd. If he
nerd
knows Kyle
credentials.
Rayner.
Yeah,
Real.
nerd credentials. If he's going Kyle Rayner, he's a nerd. Yeah,
Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna keep watching Lanterns for sure.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll check back in on that either at the end of the season. I don't know, depending on how it goes. We might go mid-season, do another episode. But for now, we've got Eric is throwing together some thunderdomes, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Pete.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Then, Alex, I'm giving you greatest comedy movies of all time.
Of
Wow.
all time.
Wow.
Wow.
And this could be
OAT.
however you want them to be. Okay?
Goat.
Okay, first in the Thunderdome. Airplane versus Animal House.
Ah, fuck.
Airplane.
Yeah.
Airplane versus Elf.
Ooh.
Hmm. Right off the bat, I'm gonna go with Elf.
Okay.
Elf was great.
Wow. Okay.
Elf versus Caddyshack.
Elf.
Elf versus 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Hmm. That's a tough one too. I'm gonna go with 40-year-old version.
Go fucking
Okay.
goat.
40-Year-Old Virgin versus The Hangover.
Mm.
Hmm. That's pretty tough too.
These are some difficult.
Yeah,
Fights.
it's like 40-year-old version. Oh man. Uh, I'm gonna edge it out to The Hangover.
Okay. The Hangover versus Coming to America.
Hangover.
Okay. Hangover versus Best in Show.
Ooh,
Hmm.
man.
Dude, Fred Ward.
I feel like everyone might not agree with me, but I'm going to go with Best in Show because the Christopher Guest movies, like those documentaries, are just
They are some of the funniest
for
movies.
me.
Fucking great.
For me, those are some of the greatest movies ever.
Did he do Drop Dead Gorgeous?
No.
Ooh, that's a good, but I could see why you would think that.
Yeah. Well, it's a mockumentary. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, that's one I have to watch again. I haven't seen that in a long time. I hope that holds up. I bet it does.
It probably does.
We watched it
Okay.
not too long ago. It's still funny.
Okay. Best in Show versus Game Night.
I did really like Game Night a lot.
Game Night was
That's a tough
great.
one.
That was a funny movie.
That's
Man.
a funny movie. That's a funny movie. Like maybe in 10 years I'll pick Game Night, but for now I have to go with Best in Show.
Okay, and then Best in Show, this for the versus the Naked Gun.
Oh.
Ooh, the original Naked Gun?
The original Naked Gun.
Man.
Ooh, man. That's
always tough because Naked Gun is just pure comedy. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they filtered everything down to comedy and nothing else. Yeah. That's really tough. I mean, honestly, I feel like any of these movies could be still in contention.
Right,
You know, like
sure.
another day, I would have picked like, oh man, oh wow, I just for pure amount of comedy,
Betray
I just gotta
the
go
other
for
one.
Naked Gun.
Yeah, Naked
Okay.
Gun. Yeah.
But you feel like you're going to betray the other movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like the
brutal.
Christopher Guest movies don't get the credit that they deserve. They really
Right.
don't.
I agree. Yeah.
But in this case, it came in second, so that's pretty legit.
All right.
You know what?
legit.
I'm glad I didn't get that one because I just would have had Airplane all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
I
okay.
mean, but you couldn't hate necessarily
I
either.
wouldn't even disagree.
Yeah.
I stand by I think that Airplane is possibly the greatest fucking comedy of all time.
It could. I mean,
I'm
honestly,
not even
if
like,
I were to look at this list, and I would compare it to like an AFI list, like
Right.
American Film Institute, Airplane would probably be the highest one.
It would be Airplane or Naked Gun.
Yeah,
Right?
it would be
one
the
of those two.
highest. Would be the if it was like AFI's list of the top 100 comedies of all time, Airplane is probably in the top 3 or so.
Right.
With
See, if that was my list, I would have thrown a curveball in there with Top Secret.
Oh, okay.
Right. The one that nobody has seen.
The thing is I haven't seen Top Secret in a long time. I have to watch it.
Man.
I have to watch Top Secret.
I haven't seen Airplane in a long time because
Yeah.
one of the
I
things that always strikes me about Naked Gun is that it is really funny all the way through.
Right.
Like most comedies have sort of a lull as they go into
They drop off, yeah.
Because the plot has to catch up,
Right.
So but like Naked Gun the whole way through.
You know what it is about Naked Gun is when you say the whole way through, it's because he is amazing when he's the umpire. That bit is as good as anything else in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when he's like, like doing all that kind of
moonwalking.
stuff. That bit is as good as any bit in the entire movie. Where a lot of stuff, a lot of other movies, the beginning and the middle is where all the good bits are,
Right.
and then they have to resolve the story. Right.
Yeah, there's just filler. Yeah.
Right. But dude, the Empire.
quotable. I still remember like, hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Yes, and when he's doing the opera singer, I mean, it's just so good.
I made my family sit down and watch Airplane a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. And like they were like, okay, Dad's making us watch a movie, and my kids were pretty young at that point in time, and like they caught on. Some of the jokes were above their head, obviously.
Sure.
Some of them were dated, which are okay for us old guys.
Yeah.
But they were still like, by the end of the movie, everybody, including my wife, were just fucking laughing their asses off. So Airplane for me is going to be top notch. I would take it over Naked Gun. I love Naked Gun. I would take Airplane any day.
Yeah, Airplane's great. I watched it a few months ago with my family. I was like, you guys have to watch this movie. It's freaking.
I couldn't choose. I wouldn't choose between the two. I couldn't choose. I'm glad that wasn't my list.
Okay, so
I would have just turned off the podcast.
Right. Okay, so Jubal, do you want to go next?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, well then you're getting the greatest stand-up comedians of all time.
Ooh.
So we're going to come out right out the gate and go Bill Cosby versus Richard Pryor.
Oh, man. Okay, so here's the thing. I realize...
Don't get us canceled right now, bro.
I realize that time changes all things, but in his day, man, Bill Cosby was amazing. Like
What was his
his
special? Was it called Fatherhood?
Himself.
He had a couple. Himself. That was one of
Jesus,
them.
Himself
dude,
was
that
the
was
one with the dentist and all that. Yeah.
fuck. That was so
he
good.
did an album way back called 300 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour, where he talked about like a sports car that he had bought. And even as a kid, man, I was peeing my pants. It was so funny. And I get it, today he's a bad dude, and we know that, but wow, like his early comedy stuff was amazing, and it was just new content. Just he would just boom every year he would have like all this new content. So I'm gonna pick Bill Cosby, and I'm sure he'll be replaced here before we get to the end of this.
Okay, so I did not do this on purpose.
What's
I
that?
did not do this on purpose.
Okay.
Bill Cosby or Louis C.K.
There's no winning that one.
I
Like
didn't
can't.
do it on purpose. I swear I did not. It's
okay.
right here.
So Louis C.K. is a funny guy, but I'm gonna stick with Bill Cosby. What were you gonna say, Alex?
You were just talking about content. I just remember Bill Cosby producing so much content, and Chris Rock said that he saw him on the same tour twice, and he had 2.5 hours, and it was all new material.
Right? Yeah, I remember that.
okay.
He's like he
Wow.
just came out on stage. He had like 2.5 hours of new material, just brand new, right? His whole thing with the dentist, like the guy was talented. I get that he was a predator and all that, but
I mean,
man,
being a bad person, like there's and this is way off tangent, but being a bad person is a bad thing. But there's still you have to separate the art from the artist
right?
sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hitler was a shitty painter. He
Yeah,
sucked
so
at it.
he sucked twice,
Yeah,
right?
he
So
sucked
there you go.
twice. But Bill Cosby
So
was fucking funny when he was funny,
He
dude.
was. He was. All right, go ahead.
Bill Cosby versus Bill Burr.
Okay.
Battle of the Bills.
Battle of the Bills.
So are we talking present day Bill Burr
Or like 5 years ago, Bill Burr when he was still
5 to
funny.
10 years ago Bill
Yeah.
Burr? Because I'm going to switch to Bill Burr, and here's why. Because of Philadelphia. Right?
Yeah, right.
So not a lot of people know this, but Bill Burr, in the very beginning of his career, they were in Philly
I wouldn't say the beginning of his career, but I get what you're saying.
it was he wasn't brand new, but he was it was
Early on.
He wasn't notorious yet,
Right.
let's say. So they were doing a charity event, and they're in Philadelphia, and the crowd starts booing the comics, and they're just being jerks, so like throwing drinks and stuff. And he comes out, and they're like boo boo, and it just becomes this thing where the audience is getting off on being hassling the comics and everything. And he comes out and he gets in. I don't know how one guy gets in the face of an entire audience, but he does it. He gets in the audience's face, and he does his whole 15 minutes, and he keeps saying, I'm going to do all 15 minutes. And he's yelling at him, and he's insulting him. And it gets to the point where he backs them off, and they cheer like so loud when he leaves the stage. That moment was so amazing. You can find it on YouTube, and you can watch it. It was just this reversal of the audience, this complete reversal of the audience. So out of respect just for that, I'll give it to Bill Burr.
I'm gonna
Bill Burr versus Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay. Wow, man.
We're gonna get respect here or no respect? Respect or no respect?
Okay, so I'll switch again, because Rodney Dangerfield really tapped into something with his whole no respect, right?
Okay.
That it's such a universal human thing, and he made it. Have we all heard the Eddie Murphy story with Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't go into it, but there's a great story with Rodney Dangerfield and Eddie Murphy. Go ahead.
Rodney Dangerfield versus George Carlin.
I knew Carlin was coming up.
Okay. I really like George Carlin. I do think that George Carlin took himself a little bit too seriously too often. Okay. So I'm going to stick with Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield versus Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright is a master of timing. The precision of his jokes was unmatched. I am still going to stick with Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield and Chris Rock.
Rodney Dangerfield. I think even Chris Rock would say Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison was the greatest comic who ever lived. And so I'm going Sam Kinison. I was waiting for Sam Kinison. If you haven't seen any Sam Kinison, he's long gone. He died a long time ago. But he made you laugh at things you can't believe that you would be able to laugh at.
They said I heard some comics say he was a comics comic.
He was
like he was the comic that made the comics laugh.
Right.
So
right.
like
They'd be out in the park. I think it was Chris Rock who was saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chris. I think it was Chris Rock and Jim Carrey.
Right.
Were like together,
Right.
and
That's
they said well, you get out into the parking lot, and he was the guy making all of us laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Right. Sam Kinison, very edgy material, not family friendly at all by any stretch of the imagination. But man, he was funny. And he was funny on like a deep level. So Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison, and this is all Marvels. This is Sam Kinison versus Dave Chappelle.
Sam Kinison. Dave Chappelle, super talented. Love Dave Chappelle. Hope he gets another show. But Sam Kinison, yeah, he was the best.
Okay. Who was the comic who had the very, very dry sense of humor? I want to say his last name was Heder. I'm probably way off there.
No, you're thinking of the one-liner guy, Mitch Hedberg.
Hedberg.
Right. Yeah.
Mitch Hedberg.
I thought about putting him on there, but his
he had a brief period.
Right. Yeah, his star was too brief.
Yeah, that's fair. I was waiting for him to show up, but that makes sense. That's fair. But Sam Kinison was fucking tits, dude. Great.
He was amazing. Yeah, he was amazing.
All right. Okay, so Bueller, yours. This is greatest MMA primes.
Okay, I was gonna say if you're doing a fantastic or not a fantastic, but a Fast and Furious list again.
No.
No. Every time
this is gonna be a good list. This is gonna be a good list.
So this is greatest MMA primes.
Oof, man.
That's a good one. So, I'm curious how this goes.
So not how they end.
For this one. All right.
Not how they end, but like
during their prime.
During their prime.
But just for reference, we're all pretty big MMA fans, and like especially Bueller and Eric and I fight a lot.
I think we got to rewind that just a little bit, like to the point to where just a brief history. Eric and I went down to a video store called Video One, where the owner Tom used to give us early releases, and we showed up there one day and they didn't have any early releases available for us, and so we walked around. Eric and I were watching wrestling pretty religiously at that point in time. And we found UFC 2 on the shelf. And we're like, this might UFC 2 on the shelf. We're like, this is like, we watch wrestling. We might like this. And so we literally started with UFC 2 and went back for UFC 1 and then like would show up to see if Tom had any more UFC releases. So that's how far back we go in the crates with MMA.
Right.
So that was 94. That was 94.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when renting it, and it was in your mind, you thought it had been advertised as actual fights to the death.
No rules.
Because I really thought, this is gonna be people might die.
Faces of death in the ring. Yeah, for sure. Right. So before we get into this, I'm gonna be wrong. You guys are gonna
it's your list.
Disagree with me.
It's your list.
It's your list. Yeah, but it's gonna create problems.
Okay, so this is greatest MMA primes. First in there, Mighty Mouse versus Chuck Liddell.
Ooh.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Mighty Mouse on that one. I thought Chuck Liddell was I thought
Chuck Liddell eliminated in the first round.
Dude, he's
that's the end of his career. We're talking prime.
Right.
Prime. Yeah, prime.
I'm saying like at the end of his career, he was getting eliminated in the first round pretty regularly, unfortunately.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse for me.
Yeah. Okay, Mighty Mouse versus. Now this is the guy. This is pretty much for. We're talking about primes, BJ Penn, because we know how that kind of ended. You know what I mean?
It's still ending at this point,
right?
Yeah, but I think he ended up going like 1-7 at the end or something like that.
So that's tough because I think Mighty Mouse is extremely well rounded. BJ Penn was a big game changer when he was in his prime, and I'm gonna have to go with BJ Penn on that one.
Okay, BJ Penn versus Cain Velasquez.
God,
man.
So Cain Velasquez, he's a favorite of mine. because he trained out of AKA, and I have close ties to that whole like upcoming of his breakout of the UFC. Dave Camarillo and I have a bit of history. Dave Camarillo told me face to face, Cain Velasquez is going to be the next heavyweight champion. Mark my words. On SureDog, I posted about Cain Velasquez being the next heavyweight champion and saying Dave Camarillo swears by it, and people downvoted me like a motherfucker on SureDog. And then sure as shit, because he was like 3-0 or 4-0 at
Right.
Bodog, I think. And people downvoted me all the shit on SureDog, and then next thing you know, boom, he's the heavyweight champ. But again, I think it's BJ Penn, dude. I think it's BJ Penn.
I mean, unfortunately, he missed his prime.
He
Like, a lot
did.
of it. That's
He
part of
did.
the problem.
Yeah.
He
That's
lost
true,
like
a lot
he
of-
lost like a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, BJ Penn versus Anderson Silva.
That's another tough one too. I remember when Anderson Silva transitioned over from Pride into UFC, and his first fight was Chris Lieben.
Chris Lieben, remember that
yeah.
one? Where he
yeah,
hit him he was like 41 for 41 in strikes.
dude. And so Anderson Silva coming over, there was a big highlight of him from Pride getting caught in a heel hook, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's was it Gomi that caught him? I don't know. No, Gomi's too light.
Yeah,
Somebody caught
too
him in a
light.
heel hook.
I know who you're
and
talking about, but yeah, the name escapes me.
dude.
Yeah.
And that was his highlight coming over, and everyone's like, "Oh, Chris Lieben's gonna fucking melt this guy," and I'm like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. His striking's pretty precise." And he came in and just beat the shit out
Dude,
of
he was a
Steelhead Lieben.
sniper, dude. He was
Yeah.
a sniper.
Went on to just be a
And then just
phenom.
like the next 10 fights after that, just
Yeah.
just
Fuck,
destroying
But
guys.
to be fair, I think everyone goes like 41 out of strike with Lieben, but nobody puts him down.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones who likes to get hit to wake up, but he got hit too
Yeah.
many times and
Yeah.
went back to sleep. I'm gonna go with Anderson Silva, dude. His Matrix
Okay.
style fighting was phenomenal.
Anderson Silva versus Hoist Gracie.
Oh,
It's Anderson Silva.
Okay.
And we know the backstory with Hoist Gracie. Like, he was great to break out Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but like,
Right.
no. Yeah.
Anderson Silva versus John Jones.
I got to put my personal opinion aside.
I know, right?
Yeah. That is a tough. We're talking prime. We're talking prime.
I mean, John Jones was the best fighter probably that ever got into the octagon, right?
Ever.
I don't
I'm
think
just wondering,
anybody's
but
gonna
here's my
disagree with
question:
that.
is I'm wondering if prime John Jones could have even touched prime Anderson Silva. We're talking the guy who was like neo matrixing everything when he fought.
I mean,
I don't think it would have been a contest, honestly.
yeah, the question
Yeah,
is,
I think he
can
would've took him
Jones
been-
get
Yeah.
Silva to the ground? And I think the answer is yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. I would love to see that at the same weight, same prime. I would love
Yeah.
to see that, but
I think you would have done the same thing Chael Sonnen did, except beat him up more.
Right.
So
Right,
so we
right,
go Jones, and I know you're going to say
Okay.
GSP next, and that's going to fuck me up.
John Jones versus Fedor.
Prime Fedor, who could escape any
Was a
submission
problem.
ever put in,
Was a problem.
was a major problem.
Yeah.
Like, nobody could touch him. And his brother was even worse, but just didn't take it seriously. Prime Fedor against Prime Jones. Man, GSP is going to be your number one, isn't it?
No.
No? Jones.
GSP.
I'm going to take Jones. I'm going to take Jones.
Okay, Jones versus GSP.
Damn it, dude.
But there's still one more.
I don't even know who it's going to be. It's Randy Couture. Uh,
The sumo
GSP.
guy from season
GSP.
one.
I'm going GSP. I'm going GSP.
Okay, GSP versus Conor McGregor.
GSP all day. There's no question. There's no
Man.
question. The toughest
Yeah.
matchup for me is without question John Jones and GSP.
Yeah,
And
I
they-
think
Yeah,
honestly
I mean,
that is the matchup.
I
That
feel
is
like
the
any
matchup.
list is going to come down to Jones, GSP, and Fedor.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with honorable mention to Mighty Mouse and Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I think if
Like
you
if
had to
somebody
say
picked Anderson
who are
Silva,
the top 5 primes of all time, it's those guys.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it. And whatever way you want to put it is your own personal preference, maybe. But I do think like who dominated their divisions the most has to be John Jones and GSP. But
Oh, yeah.
again, if you said, you're forgetting about Mighty Mouse.
And Mighty Mouse,
You're
yeah, like he
I guess
dominated
you're right.
too.
Like Mighty Mouse was amazing
Also,
too. So,
I can't help but notice you didn't include Ronda Rousey in your list.
that's true. I didn't.
Uh,
I mean, because I wouldn't have. I would have put Amanda Nunes
I
if I was
mean,
going to do the women.
but doesn't Rousey have more wins?
No, I don't think so. No, not
No?
anymore.
Oh, okay.
No. No, and and she was obviously a trailblazer and stuff, but getting into the nitty-gritty of MMA, because like Bueller said, we used to talk about it a lot. In fact, Bueller had a show called Split Decision,
Right.
which I named. The
Truth. That's truth.
Ronda, her downfall was,
Right.
the K1 Hughes and the
Yeah.
K1 Sean Shirk thing,
And so
where the
if-
rest
but
of
Ronda
if
Rousey
she-
via uppercuts.
If
Yeah.
she had never thought that she was a brawler, if she had never stepped
Right.
into the ring trying to knock somebody out with her fists,
it might have been a different
would've
story.
been- she
I
would've been
think
the
if you
greatest of
go
all
and you
time.
look at her record, she had like 2 fights in a row where she beat somebody up standing, like
And then she
Right.
had that
54
coach,
seconds.
what's
Like
his
she
name?
beat up
Ant-Man?
Betch Kohea, right?
right.
But it's like Betch Kohea was like 9-5. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you can't beat up standing Betch Kohea in 54 seconds and then think you're a K1 fighter and then go against Holly Holm, who's arguably the greatest stand-up,
Right.
female fighter of all time. And it's just like that happens too often with these wrestlers. They forget what brought them to the dance.
Right.
They knock out, same thing happened with Hughes. He beats up Henzo Gracie standing, and now all of a sudden you think you can
You're a
fight
boxer.
people standing
Yeah,
up? Like
you're a boxer.
no.
You're a grappler and you beat a grappler with your fists and you think you're a boxer now.
Right.
That's-
And it's like, and so now you start fighting guys standing up. It's like, no, take them to the ground and maul them.
Right.
That's what brought you to the dance.
Right.
But
It's been a
It's-
kryptonite for grapplers
for a long
tale as
time,
old
because
as time,
I feel like they always get told, oh, your striking is mid, your striking's not that good, and then they always want to like prove themselves, and I get it because they're all alphas, whether it's Rousey or Sean Shirk, they're all alphas, right? So they want to show that they know how to fight standing, but it's like, dude, sometimes you just gotta do what.
You got to get your shovel out and do
Yeah.
the work.
If you're bread and butter,
Ironically, you know what's funny about that? Jubal's agreeing, but he hates Daniel Cormier to this day for doing that exact thing against Anderson Silva.
So here's the thing. I don't like Cormier because he's a dick, right? but only a dick would do that to Anderson Silva. Like, this is the guy's last fight. And you're just gonna lay your stomach on him for
Russell
2 rounds.
Fuck him. That's what we used to say, Russell fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a lack of respect. But whatever. He wanted to win. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, would you fight
I guess.
Anderson Silva standing up?
Dude,
I wouldn't.
I would not fight anyone.
If
I would not.
If I was an Olympic level wrestler.
So see us for our other podcast,
then it was a bad matchup.
The rejuvenation of Split Decision.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Where we can talk about
all right.
Yeah, and he was a replacement too, wasn't he? Anderson Silva.
I believe he
John
was.
Jones. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
I would like to say, just before we end, DC's not a dick. I've met him at wrestling tournaments. He's a very nice guy. I don't subscribe to that.
Maybe he's no longer a dick, but I really thought he was a dick after that fight. I was like, that's what a dick would do.
So, I just feel like that's what a smart man would do.
Whatever. Okay.
I get what you're saying though. It's like, give him a fighting chance.
Yeah.
But
see what you got. See what you got. You're fighting Anderson Silva. See what you got.
Do you think Anderson Silva would have given him a chance on the
he doesn't
feet?
punch my face off. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, you know what we're having here? We're having a split decision on this.
We're bringing it back.
Nice. Well, yeah, we'll see. Who knows what the future holds. All right, so that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for our Cult Fiction turned into Split Decision podcast, and we will see you on the flip side. Take care, everybody.